Sometimes ladies today doesn't realize that there's a lot of good men, in society. There really is. And they feel that there aren't many to go around, but that is actually a total lie. Case in point, I want y'all to check out this clip.
I understand the frustration of women because what they're saying is there's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a
That's
lie.
not a lie.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't. She'll say, this man ain't. He ain't. He was bad. He was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman.
For being there.
What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
Now, you notice when the brother hit them with that truth, notice how quiet they got? See, men, especially men who are guided by the head on their shoulders, you understand? They understand that women that's attractive, they're everywhere. So why should a man just jump just because a woman is attractive, to that particular man that day? And a lot of times these good men, some of these so-called women pass them right on up because they don't want them. They'll call them lame. They'll call them this. They'll call them that. And these are the good men that they don't want. We know that passport bro conversation has really, got women feeling a certain kind of way in this country because, this is something new. That's never, I can honestly say this something new. It's definitely for black men to be traveling to other countries talking about they want to try, the dating and relationships, overseas and just see how it work. Would they actually find a wife? That's different. And no matter what the women say, it will make them feel a certain sort of way because they feel, of course, it's a rejection. And as I told many of you before, women don't deal with rejection very well. They don't. I mean, we are constantly dealing with rejection as men, but no, they don't like that. And so, of course, in the beginning, they was, viciously attacking these women in other countries. They was, talking about their living situations in their nations. I mean, just, sounding like, Americans who are just uppity at times, right? And entitled. But a lot of times those women start clapping back. Those women start going off, going in on them back and telling them to say, well, okay, we so bad and we ain't got running water. Then how we got your man? And we got that. Okay, we may not have running water according to you, but we got your man laid up right here. He left your whole country to come way over here with us. So that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't pass up the decent men or at least give a decent man a chance, at least that much, right? So the moral of the story is this. Put yourself in a position where a good man wants you. That's all about your attitude. It's all about the way you come across, how cooperative you are. When you do get in a relationship, or you're in a relationship to build something, to be a companion. You're not a contender in a relationship. And what I mean by contender, you're not fighting, constantly. You're not fighting for a position of who's going to be the alpha male. That's one thing men don't like. It don't matter how much money a woman makes. A man does not want to contend with a woman on the alpha male position. Don't want to contend with that. That's why you see a lot of ladies who make, maybe 6 figures or so. And that's why they stay by themselves, because they actually want to contend with a man about an alpha male position. At the end of the day, we know most of those positions that the ladies have during the pandemic, they were sitting at home and they didn't have a check because those positions are okay until a global pandemic happened or natural disaster happened. And then now you really need men to protect you, men to be there for you, men to look out for you. I always say that pandemic should have taught a lot of ladies a lesson. I said personally, I wish that the lockdowns would have happened 6 months more, because the status correction was actually happening for a lot of men. But I think it needed an extra 6 more months, and the dynamic would have totally changed. Yeah, it was just about there, but they opened up a little too soon. But A lot of decent men just don't want, some of the attitude that's here in America. And you got global competition, so you're going to have to, adapt to that. It's not hard to get a man. It's really not. I mean, men like women who's nice, sweet, women who's, not argumentative, women that want to walk in their femininity, who's submissive, women that men feel like need to do, something for. Men don't have a problem with you, working, don't have a problem with you accomplishing your goals. I mean, decent men don't care about that. Decent men are trying to hold you back or oppress you or anything like that. They're not. They're not whatsoever. Like, and men don't want to deal with no woman that got feminist ideals, and especially women that follow all that freaking liberal ideology that ruins relationships. You understand what I'm saying? Men just don't like that either, because men just about handling their business. So, they need to think about it a little bit. Just think about it. If you being passed up, then you need to fix yourself. But I know they're going to tell you nothing wrong with you. It's something that's always wrong with the men.